Okay, rather than consult the old interwebs, I went to consult my old handy dandy climber. I don't know if you can see that. My climber OMC Cobra manual, which shows the carburetor disassembly steps. And we're right here at number 25, and it says just remove it. But I was like, it don't come out. But I jiggled it and I jiggled it, and what I ended up having to do was rotate it 90 degrees, and it came out. What that tells me, however, is it's going to be a pain to put back in. So maybe she goes in some of which I'm away ahead of time. So maybe I should just go ahead and just follow my instructions from my manual. Drive the accelerator pump roll pin in, okay, which I've already done. The accelerator pump has been removed. I'm glad they gave me a whole new assembly. Can't imagine trying to get this thing apart and spring it. Looks like, of course, this slides off, and this has a groove cut into the shaft so that it can slide around there. So the spring is just keeping it kind of like a drum brake spring. If anybody's ever done the drum brakes on their car. Any case, again, something else I loathe doing. Alrighty, so already removed number 26. Remove the set screw from the secondary metering rod hanger. Lift up on a hanger. Withdraw from air horn with metering rods. So that's what those two rods, that piece that I removed here, those are the metering rods. Yay! It's amazing what happens when you read the book. Leave rods on hanger unless they're going to be replaced. See, I am a smart guy. Disconnect and remove the vacuum brake diaphragm assembly. Vacuum brake. The vacuum brake. I don't know what that is. There's no picture for it. I don't know if that's this here. Can I remove that with a screwdriver? It looks like I might be able to. Vacuum brake diaphragm assembly. So that's the only diaphragm assembly thing that looks like to me. Y'all. So off you shall go. Alright. Looks like it takes a flathead screwdriver to here. And let's see what happens. Of course, the beauty of me recording this is if I screw it up after posting it to the interwebs, the whole world can laugh with me. At me. Well, you know. But the good side is, of course, I have video of how it was installed. See, my philosophy is I could, pay somebody to do it, a professional. And I'm not above doing that, of course. I have to pick my battles. But I like to learn. And my philosophy is, I know I can always pay somebody to fix it. So that's always an option. So if I screw it up bad enough, worst case scenario is I'll have to shuck out some dollars, which I would have had to do anyway if I just opted to have someone do it for me. But at least this way I will learn a little bit. And I probably should have learned to move that arm out the way before screwing this out farther. If you'll move, there we go. I don't know if you can see that, but I had to move that arm out of the way to just screw it back out some more. Oh, by the way, today was the U.S. versus Germany World Cup 2014 match, and it was a good match. And for a while we thought the U.S. was going to pull it out, but alas, the Germans were just too good, and they won. So I'm disconnecting the rubber hose on this side. don't want to lever too much. There we go. The rubber hose going over here, and this whole assembly comes off. Easy as pie. 3.14 pie. Alrighty. Remove the 2 air horn attaching screws. 2 of the screws are countersunk next to the venturi. So those were the 2 that were here. I've already removed those. Next step, I say here, hoping you can see. If necessary, wrap the air horn lightly with a soft face hammer. Rip, rip, rip. And up and off the main body to prevent bending the main well air bleed tubes pressed in the casing. I believe those were the 2 tubes I showed you earlier. And then lift straight up, straight up, straight up. There we go. And then so that you can disengage that particular part for the rod for the accelerator pump. Let's move the tools off the tray. All right. Let's set the book to the side. Okay. This is the underneath. I don't see anything extraordinary here. Yeah. All is good. Those are in there snug. I don't want to do anything to mess those up, so I will turn you upside down. Okay. Remove the accelerator pump plunger and spring from the well. Okay, I'm removing the spring that is here in the well. She was a little stuck. The spring that sat in the bottom of the pump. Alright. My next step, remove and discard the air horn to main body gasket. So I guess that makes you, this is the air horn, and I guess that will make you the main body. So it wants me to remove this gasket, but here's the problem. There's this piece, there's this object here. There's this object here that's around the gasket. It doesn't mention that. Oh, it does on step 30. Remove and discard the air horn to main body gasket. Depress the power piston meter rod assembly. Alright. So you want me to remove this gasket. Not a problem. I'm trying to do it without destroying it so I can make sure the new gasket matches the old one. I see there's still some liquid in here. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. The gasket just lifts right over that puppy. It's got a cutout flap. Amazing. I was worried for nothing. Look at that. Off comes the gasket. I'm pretty sure me moving around is what tore it up here, but Charso Bees, there she is. Alright. Alright, we will set her to the side. Okay. Next step. Depress the power piston metering rod assembly and let it snap free. Remove the assembly with needle nose pliers, number 30. Remove the accelerator pump plunger and spring from the plumb. Well, done that already. That was there. Okay, so it says that you're supposed to be pressed Depress the power piston metering and rod assembly and let it snap free. What does that mean? Snap free? I don't understand. Depress? What am I depressing and snapping free? Oh, like that? Okay. There you go. Okay, I see some gunky over there. Again, I'm gonna leave you guys on. I think it looks like you're wired on some kind of which-my-way. Okay. And remove the piston spring from the well. Oh yes, I see the well. I see the piston spring down there. I don't think these needle nose pliers are long enough to get down there. No. I'm gonna have to use a hook 'em. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay. If you noticed a noticeable change in the video quality, it's because I had to change cameras because my other camera ran out of battery and it takes forever to charge. Alright, so when we left off, I was trying to remove this here spring from there. So I ended up just taking a paper clip, putting a little 90-degree bend on it, went down and pulled her out. Okay? Alright, so let's take a look inside of this guy and see what she looks like here. Oops. So, as you can see here, there definitely is some goop. See if I can't zoom in and stay in focus. Yeah. Kind of grainy there. There's a bunch of stuff in there. Let me change this light around. Maybe that'll help see some. There's some debris and detritus and all kinds of stuff. Oops. All kinds of stuff up in there. Let me try moving this light around some. That's not too bad right there. So you can see I still got some liquid down up in there. So she is gunky, but I don't know gunky enough. If you see those two metering, you can see those two metering, oh, hold on, let me get this thing right now. Making you seasick. You can see all of the gunk that's around those metering holes. There's a whole bunch of stuff down there. Where's my paper clip? Oh, there it is. Alright. Don't know how well you can see it. I'm trying to get the camera angled. There's all kind of stuff all around those holes. That one and this one. Whole bunch of stuff. And you can see in the back here there's gunk. So anywho, I'm sure as I get into this puppy I'm going to find more of the same. So let's put the camera back in place. Try to go slowly so I don't make it too crazily looking. I'm trying to do as little editing as possible of the video. The video editing takes forever. If you've ever done it, you know what I mean. I love making videos, but my least favorite part is the editing, which again takes forever. Alrighty. Alright, so my next step says to remove the float needle seat That's what I'm calling it. Let me read what it says. Remove the inlet needle valve seat with a wide blade screwdriver. Remove the gasket from the seat and discard. Alright, so I looked around. I couldn't find a screwdriver large enough, so I have a chisel, which is way more than enough. I want to make sure I cover both of the slots, because I don't. And then apply a little force, and she's loose. But she's too wide for me to turn. So I will use a smaller screwdriver to take her out. Okay. Out you come. Interesting. If you remember from the first video, I had two of these seats. The one that came in the Marine kit did not have these cutouts. This one does. So curiouser and curiouser. Do I use the one from the Marine kit? Or do I use the one from the automotive, the other kit? I don't know. And there's a bunch of gunk in there for sure. Let me see if I can't dig that gasket out of there. Okay, she doesn't want to come out easily. And I don't want to gouge. Here she comes. I know you can't see that, but maybe you can. Okay, I dropped it. Figured I was. It's okay. Handy dandy paper clip with the bend in it. And I'm assuming you can see all of some of the gunk that's on there. Okay. Alright, there you are. Hold on, where's these front screws, these front legs? I'm trying not to tilt it too much because there's still some gas in there. So that's what we're working with. Alright, next step. Remove the pump discharge check ball retainer with a wide blade screwdriver. Tilt body to remove check ball. Well, I would assume that that's you because you don't show. But I gotta look at the exploded diagram. I think that's what that is. Number 42, check ball. Pump discharge check ball assembly. Remove the pump discharge ball assembly. Alright. So I'm believing that must be you down there. Okay. Holding you steady and pop. She popped free. I don't know how much of this is actually useful. You can't really see down inside. If I had the camera directly over top, I could probably do that. Oh yeah. Okay, is there a ball? I can't, oh yeah, I see there's a ball down there. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn this upside down. There's the screw that came out. Okay. Let me get a container because, as I said, I still have gasoline. And let me get some paper towels. Here's the towels. Container I want to use, but it is a container that is available. Alright, let's set the air horn to the side over here. Let's move you over here. Let's set you right here. And let's tilt. Alright. My goodness. You should have seen this nasty, thick, yellow, gobbledygook gasoline that came up out of there. And it looks like some water too. Okay. There is the ball. It's a ball bearing. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all. And I wasn't paying attention where this puppy fell off of. But again, I can play the video back and see. Okay. Lost two of my legs. Took two of my legs back in. Oh, that was some ugly yellow stuff that came out of there. Ugh and Lee. Lee Brothers. Alright, didn't need paper towels as much as I thought I would. Alright, what's the next step? Remove primary meeting jets from the front of the fuel bowl with a wide blade screwdriver. The secondary jets in the rear of the fuel bowl cannot be removed. Alright, so those are the two jets that are down there that are kind of ooky looking. Where's my paper clip so I can clean out the slots? Again, I'm sure you really can't see that, but I'm just cleaning the slots out so that I can put the screwdriver in there. I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to scratch those jets. I just want to clean them out without damaging them. Hold on.